Okay, hello everyone. My name is Ryan, and today I'll be talking to you about ocean cleanup robots. Today's topic is combating plastic pollution, the role of ocean cleanup robots. In this talk, I will discuss the challenges of plastic pollution in Indonesia and the effort have already made to combat this issue and how robotics can be applied, used to clean up the ocean. Just quick introduction about myself. I hold bachelor degree in telecommunication engineering from Telkom University Indonesia and a master degree in electronic engineering from KIT South Korea. Currently, I reside in South Korea and work as a researcher at Wen's Laboratory and also a founder of Rosak Marine. My research interests is including robot, machine learning, AI, and any type of unmanned vehicle or UXV. Okay, let's begin with talking about my home country, Indonesia. As a maritime country, Indonesia has abundant natural resources in the sea, such as coral reefs, fish, natural gas, and marine biota. However, various challenges, including plastic pollution and an unexplored area, block the full potential of these resources. For example, I think Miss Ni already explained about this picture, but I will explain again. So, for example, by looking at the problem of plastic pollution, as you can see from this picture, according to the recent data, the top 10 countries that contribute to the annual ocean plastic waste are we are Indonesia and Philippines include in top 10 polluter. So, based on the recent study, by 2050, there could be more plastic than a fish in the ocean. This is the serious issue that require urgent attention from everyone. And also, according to the recent data from the Oceanwise, it only 5% of plastic waste is located in the beach, 1% floating on the ocean surface. The rest, 94% is already on the bottom of the sea. Let me show you a footage that took by UK diver that's showing in plastic pollution in Bali 2018. So let's begin by looking at the problem of plastic pollution in Bali. As you can see from this video, plastic waste can be found littering the underwater environment and beaches in Bali. One of the main issues is the lack of proper waste management and infrastructure, which means that sometimes the plastic end up in the ocean. So it's not only harm the marine environment, but also undermine the tourism, which is one of the main industries in Bali. So, what is the existing solution for the plastic pollution? Number one, you can implement a ban on single use of plastic, such as like straw, plastic bag, and plastic cutlery. Number two, we can promote recycling, a better recycling infrastructure, and educate people on the importance of recycling. Number three, we can increase the public awareness, like for example, like launch public awareness campaign to educate local or tourists on the impact of plastic pollution to environment. Number four, we can encourage sustainable tourism. For example, like it could be promoting activities that not that have low impact to the environment. And number five, or the last one, we can support the local initiative that working on the combat plastic pollution. Okay. I will also tell you about real example of the existing solution. Maybe Mr. Brian have more knowledge about this. Correct me if I'm wrong. So long before Greta Thunberg from Sweden, in Indonesia we have Melati and Isabel. Melati and Isabel are two sisters from Bali, Indonesia, who were inspired to start a movement to ban plastic bags on Bali Island. They were only 10 and 12 at that time, but they were passionate about making the difference in their community and protecting the environment. So their movement quickly gained traction and they received many support from local and international organizations. They were invited to speak at conferences and events around the world, and their message of environment activism inspired of people of all ages. So, however, this is what I'm going to explain. I want to discuss about this, but there is limitation for the current existing solution. What is that? Number one, manual process making marine surface difficult, dangerous, and rising labor costs. Number two, it is only 5% of plastic pollution is found on the beach, and the remaining 94% plastic waste is already in the ocean. And how can we tackle the plastic pollution that has already entered the ocean? So, what can we do to make contribution and tackle this plastic pollution? Actually, there are several ideas if we talk about ocean cleanup robots. For example, is cleaning waste on the beach or water surface using robot. It could be remotely or autonomous robot. Number two, we can do a coastal or harbor debris mapping. Number four is stress identification and data collection. So on the next slide, I will review some existing robot solution that already exists in the market. So number one is Bebot robot. I think Miss Lian already explained too about this robot. So the idea is beach cleaning robot. So the type of this robot is UGP or unmanned ground vehicle. The working area of this robot is on the surface area or land or beach. The advantages of this robot, it can carry heavy payload or it can carry much more debris marine or trash. But its limited mobility and flexibility since it only used in beaches. Number two is called Clearbot. The idea is river cleaning robot. The type of this robot is unmanned surface vehicle or USV. The working area is coastal and or river. The advantages of this robot, it has better performance or long endurance, but limited movement and maneuverability. Sorry. And sorry. And number three is Antwerp drone. So the idea is harbor debris mapping. So the data collected by the drone and machine learning system will be used to make maps that show where is the marine debris is concentrated along the port to guide a rapid response and removal effort for clean and saving docking. This type of robot is unmanned aerial vehicle or UAV. The working area is aerial. The advantages of this robot, so it is drone, so it can cover larger area, but has disadvantages. What is this? Is limited endurance and payload. It cannot play for all day long, and it's limited payload. Cannot carry heavy payload. So this is the comparison. Sorry, I have to. So this is the comparison about UXP based on their working area. For example, there is a surface environment. For the surface environment, we can use the UGV, UAV, or USP to detect the trash or debris on the land surface or water surface. And for the underwater environment, we can use ROV or AUV to detect trash or debris beneath the water. So I think this is going to be more technical, but I'm going to explain it. So this is the example idea that I try to detect trash or marine debris by using machine learning. So first, I use a marine debris dataset and perform data labeling. And second, I use the pre-trained CNN model called YOLO and train it to detect the dataset. And after that, I forwarded the data to the ROS for the robot navigation. And as I said before, I use a pre-trained CNN model called YOLO Tiny. The reason why I use the tiny version is because here I assume that the robot used a low computing device. Also, I use the trace dataset. It's called trace ICRA19. It consists almost 6,000 image debris. So as you can see here, I also divided the data model into three classes: plastic, ROV, and the living creatures. For the ROS architecture, I divided into two parts. The first one is the computer vision, And the second one is the ROV navigation or the robot navigation. The object coordinate from the computer vision node will be published and the navigation node will be subscribed to it and decided what kind of movement and the robot have to do decision making in this navigation node. And this is the result, as you can see here. It can detect the marine debris, but I realized that the accuracy is not so good since I used the default YOLO model and I didn't modify the model, but it's still applicable. If you want a better accuracy and performance, I think you can modify the model, for example, like using diverse CNN model or segmentation or etc. Actually, the same model also can work to detect any type of object. For example, if you are working on the, what is it, if you want to detect a turtle, for example, you have to count how many turtle that uh, come to the land and how many turtle that go to the sea. You can use the, like, some kind of underwater camera and count for the data collecting. And currently, I'm working on this project in Rosak Marine. Until now, we have two type of robot, USP and ROV. Our robot can be used to survey the ocean floor and detect the plastic debris, as well as to collect and transport the debris to the shore for the proper disposal. So in 2020, in collaboration with Rosak Marine, me and my team visited a thousand island in Indonesia and created an underwater video for promoting the tourism in the thousand island and also to increase the local people awareness that there are many beautiful marine ecosystems near their home. So by doing so, we hope that the local will become more protective on their natural resources near their home. So this is the video that we made for the collaboration with Rosak Marine. Needless to say, I keep a check. She was a bad, nevertheless. Calling it quits now, baby, I'm a wreck. Crash at my place, baby, you're a wreck. Needless to say, I'm keeping a check. She was a bad, nevertheless. Calling it quits now, baby, I'm a wreck. Crash at my place, baby, you're a wreck. Thinking in a bad way, losing your grip. Screaming at my face, baby, don't trip. Someone took a big L. Okay. So in conclusion, while there are existing solutions such as reducing the use of single-use plastic, improving waste management infrastructure, increasing public awareness and education, these solutions are not enough to solve the problem on their own. They need to be combined and complemented with the use of robot technology to effectively tackle the plastic pollution. But also, the use of robot alone is not a solution. That's why when combining with other strategy, it can be greatly improve the efficiency and effectiveness to tackle the plastic pollution. And there is a saying from Robert Swan, the greatest threat to our planet is the belief that someone else will save it. So let's play our role and do our part. Robotics can play an important role in cleaning up the ocean and tackle this issue. Thank you for your attention. If you have any question or would like to learn more about our work, please free to contact me or visit our website. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for your sharing, Mr. Ryan. And we also can noted like so many nice and interesting ideas for the ocean cleanup robot. Yeah, thank you for sharing